All right, so I just wanted to make this video and address a topic because somebody had one of my friends had recently posted on Instagram. They had posted a video. It had like 24 likes and 7 dislikes. And despite having 1,500 views in a week on a new channel about music gear, uh, they were just like not happy that they got 7 dislikes, like a 1-to-4 ratio, um, dislikes to likes. And I just had to like message him and was like, hey, you know, been doing this for a little while. Like I kind of have a grasp of numbers and like what's good, what's not good. And I just wanted to tell you that, based on what I saw, like I watched the video, your production quality was amazing. Like had a great camera, great video. The audio was crispy and clear. The content was put together well. The commentary was great. Yeah, and I was just like, it's a great video. Like you're doing good stuff, and you just need to keep doing that. And don't get dragged down by something as simple as like these just dislikes on a video. Um, and I had a few more things to say, but I was just trying to encourage them, just like you're the amount of views that you got in such a short amount of time, like your channel is gonna blow up. Yeah, 1,500 views in a week. It's all you got to do is keep making videos like this, and over time, you're just gonna blow up. So, um, I've it took me a while. It took many years, but I eventually got to a point where like any kind of negative comments or hate like don't really bother me. They don't bother me, and I will retort back. Not because it bothers me, but because like it's I just have to point out, I'm like, yo, like if you don't like it, go somewhere else. Obviously, this is not the channel for you. Go spend your time instead of wasting your time like saying bad stuff and like typing out this paragraph on my channel. Just like move on, go watch something else that you do like. And that's kind of like what I like to do too. Like when I'm on YouTube, if I don't like something, I'm just not even gonna bother with it because I don't have time to do that. But I just wanted to share some of the probably the worst comments that I've gotten from somebody, and it's all one person. So I just got 2 of them here, and I got a response that I pulled up to him, and hopefully this just kind of encourages you to push this kind of stuff aside, to look past it. And for me, like it was just a couple of years of getting a few bad comments like this every now and then, not quite this bad, and dislikes and stuff before I just kind of like I guess I got callous to it. That's not to say that you have to suffer like that, but just to give you some perspective on like how bad it can be, and just how to gracefully or attempt to gracefully respond like I did. So, yeah, let's check out these comments here. These are from the same person, and I think this was in the same day. So I woke up to this. So I made this finger drumming video. I'm a drummer. I'm a college educated drummer. I was a percussion principal in school, and yeah, so finger drumming comes really easily, and I understand everything about rhythm. So I've just made this video, and I use Mortal Kombat samples, and I know it's dope. My friends have told me it's dope. People have said it's dope. So like, can't really like bring me down. But here's what they said, and this is okay. So I'll just read it because I don't know if you can read it on the screen. But yeah, it says hip hop howly, and they spelled howly wrong. Yeah, we'll come back to that. And they said the cat looks like a baby with his first NPC. So, it might have been my first NPC, but as far as like drumming with it, yeah, you can't touch me. I'm sorry, and that's not to be to like put myself up there, but like I just know that like what good finger drumming is and what not good finger drumming is, or at least beginner finger drumming looks like, and it's not beginner. So, yeah, and that's just as a drummer. But this part where he says hip hop howly, so this is an attempt to separate me from the people that are into hip hop and people that are not. And they didn't spell howly correctly, which means that it's somebody that knows that I'm in Hawaii, and they've been following me for a while. Yeah, and it's funny because like as far as locals concerned, like the locals are concerned, haole is not a derogatory term. It's a derogatory term for people outside. But we don't have to get into that. But yeah, so that's just kind of like, oh wow, somebody's trying to like kind of be racist, but kind of not. You know, so okay. So I just looked at this and I was like, okay, yeah, whatever. Moving on. But this next comment was like, gee whiz, man. So I made this SB1200 video. I made this beat on the SB1200. I was inspired by the events that were happening on Mauna Kea, where people were protesting the, it was like the very large telescope, or I can't remember what the telescope was called, but TMT, I think was what it was. But yeah, it was a big event. Like people like Hawaiians and locals were camping on the top of this mountain protesting so that they wouldn't build this telescope, and they were like living up there for a long time. And I saw a newscast where like they came and like bulldozed the house down that they were using to like stay in or as like a bathroom. I don't know. It was just like a building that it was like their building that they were using, and they just like bulldozed it down. I was just like, really? Did they have to do that? So I made this video. It sounded like a Wu-Tang beat, so I was like, yeah, Wu-Tang type beat on the SP1200. You know, whatever. I'm just making beats. And so this guy says, this cringy clown again. He was making fake SP1200 house videos before and using it as a prop before basically, and claiming that his SP was doing all the work when it was the MP3. Then he sold it, now has another one, and he's all Wu-Tanged out now. LOL poser. He's all hip-hopped out. And don't say that you have a plethora. I don't think that's how you spell plethora of tastes, and you're not locked into just one style because you're such a dynamic artist. That's played out too, poser. Okay, so this is somebody that's probably serious about hip hop and probably serious about SP1200. There is a kind of like there can be like a little, I don't know, it's like a culture or around surrounding it. Like, you know, it's like the Holy Grail. I mean, yeah, it's a sampler, you know, it's a dope machine. People made some great stuff on it, but like at the end of the day, it's a sampler that just happened to become expensive. And so now it's like, people are like worshiping it and stuff, which, you know, whatever, I get it, you know, which is kind of why I got it. Cause I was like, wow, I want that sound, you know? So this guy, this cringy clown again, yeah, no big deal, whatever, just throwing out names. So he was making fake SP1200 house videos before. So I made some videos where I did it with the TR8, and then I went home, I went back to Alabama, and I plugged up my SP1200 because I didn't have it here. And basically what I was doing is I was clocking the drum machines, whether it was the TR8 or the SP1200, to Tractor. So I was sending BPM info out of the Tractor S4 into these machines, and then just using them as additional drum sounds, right? So this person is incorrect in that regard. It was saying that I was just using it as a prop when it was the MP3. No, it wasn't the MP3. The SP1200 did have a very minimal role. Like I was using it as a 909 basically. And I can only use one pattern because for some reason when it was synced via MIDI, I couldn't change the patterns and I couldn't figure it out. So yeah, maybe it was a little bit of a prop, but you know, it's a little inaccurate here. It's using the MP3 did all the work. No. Then he sold it, and I was like, wow, really? You're like following what I'm doing? Then he sold it, now has another one, is all Wu-Tanged out now. It's like, no, I just made one Wu-Tang beat, and I was just channeling that vibe, and it turned out to sound like Wu-Tang. It was like, okay. Let's see. I did sell the first one I got because I had to pay off some debt. So let's see. He's all hip-hopped out. You don't. Okay, and this is the other thing. The big thing I wanted to address was it says, don't say you have a plethora of tastes and not locked into one style because you're such a dynamic artist. That's played out too. Okay, so this is like assuming that you have to be specialized in one genre of music to be good at it. And yeah, I agree. Like you do need to take a genre of music very seriously and get into it and to get good at it. It takes time. But that's not to say that one person can't produce multiple styles of music. You got to understand that genre is just a tag that we throw on music to categorize it so that it can be sold to the masses. it's just a category that we throw on top of it. It's like music theory. Like, what came first, theory or the music? It's like, no, the music came first, and then people started figuring out ways to describe it. That's music theory. And so the big message from me to you is that it's okay to produce multiple genres of music, because at the end of the day, they all kind of come together, and you can learn things from one genre and pull it into another, and then like that kind of contributes to what's going to be your sound. I've made house, I've made dubstep when it became a thing. I made techno. I mean, obviously techno is what I've been doing. I've made chiptune music on Game Boys. Like, I learned stuff from that I could apply to everything. And then I make boom bap. I love boom bap. It sounds cool. I like it. As a drummer, it's like simple, but it's like, it's pure, right? It's pure to like, as far as what the drums sound like and how simple the beats are. Like, it's very pure, and it's in the pocket is what I feel like. And it's centered around breaks, which I, love sampling breaks. So yeah, to say that you have to be in one style and not be a dynamic artist, and that it's played out to do other things, like, no. So this was my response. I'm just going to read through it. There's not much else to say about this, but so yikes, not the best thing to wake up to. Look, whoever you are, I just want to truly thank you, not sarcasm at all. I truly am grateful for your comments, because it has reminded me not to hate myself so much that I take it out on other people. I don't know what's going on with you or what you've done to make what I've done to make you so angry, but whatever it is, I'm sorry. My channel is pretty small, and my music is just another drop in the ocean of music that's being put out now by the masses. So I have to wonder, why so angry? Are you a producer? Are you mad because you didn't make it? We're all in the same boat. It's hard for everyone, and I've had plenty of disappointments myself. So it makes me wonder if you are or were a friend in my circle, because why would someone make so many accounts just to throw shade? Okay, so I was getting a string of comments that were very similar, had a similar vibe to it, and I'm pretty sure it's the same person. And I know who this person is now. I figured it out. But anyway, continuing. So honestly, though, it doesn't matter. Look, man, life is too short, and there are so many more important things for you to work on, create, and share. There's happiness inside of you, and if you haven't found it yet, you should find it. Share that, and you will be successful. Being angry is just a symptom of unhappiness. If you were happy, my life wouldn't matter to you, because you'd be busy enjoying your own. Peace be with you. So, that kind of laid it all out. I think a lot of times when people throw hate comments and stuff, they're just doing it to be trolls. A lot of times it's young kids. It can be really young kids that are just being buttholes. Or it could just be someone that that for whatever reason is just, I don't know, jealous, angry. And so like, these comments, the first one, like when they threw the racism kind of stuff at me, that's kind of like what threw me over the top. And like, it went past being angry to me, just like I was like, oh man, and that made me mad. And then like it took me past that point. It's where I was like, this was my response. It was like so over the top, and it's like, okay, this person is very unhappy, and so like, what can I do as a human to another human? Like, what can I say to make them realize what's happening here, because it's not good. And I figured out who this person is. I've some patterning through some text messages. I figured it out. But so hopefully, just seeing this and seeing my response, like maybe it helps you out in some way. Sorry, this is kind of a long video, but I think it's important, because you can't let like a negative comment drag you down. It's very easy to let that happen. I let it happen to me many times. You just have to realize that what you're doing is valuable in the space-time continuum of music. Everything is important. Good music, bad music, weird music, noise music, like it's all important. And it's all contributing to the evolution of music, right? And like where you are today, you're going to be in a completely different place in a week, a month, a year from now. I've seen it myself, like from the first few live streams I did to live streams now. Like I've improved so much. And then, I just keep doing it. I do it because I love it. I love this music. It's fun. I enjoy helping people, and I try to be positive, and support others that are on the same path. When I can help them, and if anybody has questions, I answer questions. So like, focus on the positives, and don't let any negatives drag you down. Take constructive, but that is, all that being said, take constructive criticism just as info, and then if you just think about it and try and be objective, and if you agree or disagree or whatever, take that and do something with it. Like, you can improve your set, or improve what you do. So anyways, just wanted to share all that. Hopefully that wasn't too long-winded. But yeah, I just wanted to encourage people, there's no need to troll. There's no need to throw out this kind of anger across YouTube, especially if it's anonymous. Like, if you're gonna throw out something like this, at least say, hey, this is so and so, and blah 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 blah. And it's like, oh, okay, well, I can kind of respect that a lot more than just being anonymous, and like, it doesn't really give it any weight when it's like some random person like this. But yeah, all right, so thanks for watching. See you next time.